Hey guys, what's going on? It's Courtney, aka Peach, and today I have for you the infamous, the meme expert, I.say.yah. Say what's up.
Yeah, what the fuck is up?
It only took me how many weeks to get a hold of this man
Dos,
because between everything,
dos
it
semanas.
was, huh?
2 semanas.
I'm putting you on the spot. It took me so long to get this man to do this podcast. But a while back on exactly November 20th, I asked y'all a question. I asked you about how you felt about monogamy and if y'all felt that it was actually something that was natural for us or if you felt like it was not natural for us. And you guys, as always, came good with the responses. Um, I definitely lost all of the responses because it took so long to do this. So I
My bad,
found a,
guys. My bad.
but I found some of them, so we're just gonna go off that. But so let's start off with what exactly monogamy is, because a lot of people don't know what monogamy is. So, by Google definition, monogamy is the practice or state of being married to one person at a time. So obviously, in 2019 going on 2020, we have a lot of things in the air. You got polyamorous, multi-amorous, whatever you want to call it. You got it. So some people don't actually believe that monogamy is natural for us. Some people think that it's actually something that we actually can't achieve as human beings, and that that it's just like that we weren't actually meant to be with solely one person. So I wanted to talk to you guys in just that circumstance on what it is you really truly believe and why. So, I.say.yah, starting off with you, how do you feel about monogamy? Do you feel like it's legit? Do you feel like it's not legit? What's going on?
I mean, I feel like it's legit. It's gonna take you a long ass time to meet that one person, don't get me wrong. And yeah, you're gonna constantly meet a lot of people going along the way. But I feel like once that whole marriage bond happens, then if you're real about that person, then it shouldn't be a deal. I mean, if you're not real about that person and you have doubts going into it, then of course all that shit goes out the door. But as far as the whole monogamy thing, I feel like I'm on board with it. I feel like if you're marrying somebody, you shouldn't be, fucking this and that. You should only be focusing on that one person and trying to grow with that person.
Mhm.
If you don't have time for that, then you shouldn't even be getting really involved with that person to begin with. So I feel like if you're in that stage of your life where you still want to fool around and do whatever you want to do, go ahead, power to you. But I feel like once it comes to marriage and those vows are done and that ring's on the finger, then you're locked to that one person. That's how I feel. That's a
Okay, cute. Okay, cute.
yeah.
So, playing devil's advocate a little bit here. I know that you said, you should lock it down once you find someone. It's going to take your time, whatever, whatever, what have you.
Mhm.
So, some people actually don't believe that one person is capable of giving you everything. So they don't actually see it as a negative effect, but they just see that, you're not able physically, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not able to give me everything in a relationship.
That's
So
true.
that's why I have one person, but I'm still, so you have your main person, but you still have like comfortable relationships in whatever guideline for your main relationship it would be. So do you think that would be something that like you could do, or do you still feel solely that it doesn't matter? Or tell me how you feel. Yeah, like maybe it doesn't matter how much someone else can provide, or like just tell me how you feel.
Are we talking sexually or non-sexually?
It could be whatever, because in a polyamorous relationship, some people, it's it's not necessarily okay, I'm gonna have sex with other people. It's not a sexual thing. Sometimes it really is just something about emotional wise, like maybe okay, so for me, I'm not an emotional person. So for a lot of my relationships, like shorties be like, yo, why can't you give me these emotions? Like you're not, you know what I'm saying, like you're not giving me the sentiment that I need. So for other people, they see that as not necessarily a flaw in the relationship, but instead of like us working on it, maybe it's more so of
Yo, pick up the phone so they can be a part of this podcast, yo. Because
It's
it's like 2 times.
it's my girl. She probably gonna come up to me later. She's gonna be like, "Yo, are you cheating on me because you were answering my phone because I had to decline?" So if you're listening to this, babe, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, she's talking about monogamy, so we good.
Right, right. So, like what I was saying is that some people don't necessarily see that as a negative thing, but it's like if you can't provide that for me, I can seek that out in someone else so that we're not straining our relationship and we're just working on like what's good on our end. You
Mm.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, and I see that that's good as far as friendship wise. But if you're trying to be intimate or see the person in some other way other than a friendship, then I wouldn't really go for that route. But I see what you're saying that when two people get into a relationship, there's certain voids and certain things that the other person doesn't really kind of connect with them on a certain level. But I see that's again how I feel like if you're gonna be with somebody, then that one person should be your all. You know, your flaws, your positives, your pros and cons. It should be everything about that one person, so that you don't go looking for the other outlet to kind of make it a whole complete thing where it's like, all right, now I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean?
Lo
You get what
siento,
I mean?
lo siento. Yo entiendo. I got it. So, how do you feel then about polyamorous relationships? When you hear someone being in a polyamorous relationship, do you feel that they're doing it because they're trying to fill voids in something else? Do you believe that it's because some people say, I've gotten in a lot of the responses that I was getting, is that polyamorous relationships are actually just an excuse to cheat. Like it's like because you can't settle down, it's a reason that because you can't stay committed to one person, it's an excuse to be able to go out and like talk to other people, sexualize with other people, and do whatever have you, like I said, in whatever mix of the relationship that you want. Is that something that you feel is true? Or do you feel like polyamorous relationship is just an evolution of what we're going through within this day and age where we have so many other things beyond like sexualities and everything like that?
That's very true. I'm gonna go with the second one that you said on that one. Definitely the second one for sure. It's definitely not the first one. Because I mean, I don't know, man. Relationships and dating nowadays is weird as fuck, to be honest. Because it wasn't like how it was back in the day, like with our parents or even our grandparents. Like everything now is focused on social media. Everything is focused on what you can do for me, and it's just like a whole bunch of fucked up shit. And we really don't even look at the fact of what the person can really offer. It's just what we want out of it. Like what I'm trying to say. Like I really can't get it out of there, but that's like this day and age of whole dating and just being in a relationship is kind of weird to me. And there's like not a lot of people nowadays who are actually committed to one person because there's so much different things out there that other people can offer that not a lot of people are really focused on one thing. So as far as like the whole polyamorous kind of relationship, kind of taken where you can talk to somebody else at the same time and not really, matter or give a thing. I don't know. What do you think about it? Are you one of those who's like, if I'm in a relationship, it's gonna be this, or like, I'm gonna venture out a little bit.
Me personally?
Yeah,
Oh, Shawty
yes,
gotta
yeah.
lock it down. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. See, look at that. That's what
Like
I'm
that's
saying.
and listen, I mean, for me, I don't think of it if you're in a polyamorous relationship like all power to you. Like you're going to do you, you're going to do what feels comfortable to you. If having other people to support the relationship that you're in helps you and helps your relationship, by all means go for it. But honestly, I'm so traditional in that essence where it's
Hmm.
like if I'm with you, I'm with you. Like we're hitting home like 110%. Like I got you. I don't want you talking to nobody else. I don't want you looking at nobody else. I don't want you flirting with anybody else. And it's gonna go the same way. Like I'm gonna
Nah,
do
I'm not. I'm not like that. Like, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, like, she can fucking talk to who she wants. She can do whatever
yeah,
she wants. She can dress.
you could do whatever you want.
But
I
like,
mean, like
as long as we don't get out of the whole realm of respecting me, then
that's
that's
what
when it
I'm
becomes a
saying.
problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, if a motherfucker looks at my girl, I'm like, I'm happy, because shit, she's that bad that you're gonna be looking at her, talk to her. Go ahead. If you want to buy her a drink, go ahead. That's
I'm
one less thing I gotta
weak.
buy for her. I'm fine. What?
He said if you want to
I'm
buy
like,
her a drink, buy her a drink. That's one less thing. I'm
that's
weak.
fine.
No.
That's fact. Because at the end of the day, I know that she's gonna come home to me rather than somebody else. So I'm not really too jealous. There's a couple things I'm jealous of because I have trust issues. Because
Mhm.
I've been cheated on a lot actually, and I've been left for other people.
Mhm.
So my whole trust issues are fucked up, to be honest with you. But see, that's why I've been single for a while because I'm trying to reevaluate myself and kind of see
What you
what it
want.
is I'm looking for. Yeah, what it is I'm looking for, what is it I want, and for that someone to come by and give me that spark. And until I find that
It
spark, I'm gonna do nothing.
cute.
I mean, I just don't want to. I don't want to, fall for somebody just because of their looks or just
It's
because
valid.
yeah, like I want to fucking,
No,
wake
you're
up.
being valid as fuck right now. Like everything you're saying is so valid. Like
I mean, yeah.
and even no,
I mean,
and
what?
like even the way that you were saying how it's okay like if someone else gets your girl a drink cuz at the end of the day like you know that that's still your person. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Hmm.
no you're not holding a grudge or like you're not telling Shawty not to have fun in a respectable manner. And I think that's
Yeah.
very important in having a relationship like that. And that's a fundament of like building that trust and like having that trust with your person. And like
Yes.
I fool around and I definitely say like I don't want Shorty looking at anybody else. But at the end of the day, like I'll be like, yeah, no, she's cute. Like she's cute. And like we'll play like in the relationship I'm in now. Like we'll play around and we'll do things like that. But it's like I'm saying in this sense of I don't want you talking to anybody else as in flirting. Like flirting for me, I mean, like, I get it. Like I'm a very flirtatious person, but it's like to an extent. Like there's a
And that's
very
where it
thin
comes
line.
to respecting. That's where it comes to respecting. If you can't respect me beyond the bounds of like not flirting with somebody else or
Hmm.
kind of going the extra mile with them, then that's when it becomes a problem. But as far as like, if you respect me as a person, then I'm fine with it at the end of the day.
Hmm.
Like, do what you want to do. As long as I know that you're not going the extra mile with that person, then I'm okay with it.
Right, right.
This is, that,
A little bit of technical difficulties, but
this is what
we
happens when you got when you're starting off in the podcast game, baby. Mistakes gonna happen.
you gotta mute me on your end.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Hold on, hold on, hold on. All right, it's muted. Say less. We out of here.
Okay,
Go about it.
vamos. Okay, back to what you were saying. Go ahead.
Yo, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I forgot.
I'm weak. I forgot what the last part. We were talking about flirting and then boundaries.
Mm, Jesus. Ask me a question and I'll just go off of something like that.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say because you're talking about like respect and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and like thin lines and like what's okay and what's not okay. Going kind of off of that, do you believe in things like micro cheating?
Define micro cheating.
So micro cheating are things like say I'm out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say I'm married, okay? And I have a wedding ring on and I see a cute girl. So I take my ring off or I like hide my ring and I don't
Fuck
necessarily
that.
and I
Fuck
don't
that.
but I don't do anything. I don't do anything with the girl. It's just like I'm just hiding my ring.
Nah, yo, if I'm spending a fucking nah, I don't give a fuck. If someone buys you a ring and you are there to take it off, that's kind of fucked up. That shit should never be off your finger.
Valid.
You should never be
Valid.
trying to. If you're trying to hide it, then why even get into it? You know what I mean?
Right, right. You should tell my ex that.
Yeah, put
Because
them put them on the line.
because let me tell you, let me stop. Let me not
Nah,
get this shit
nah. Go ahead.
juicy.
Spill the tea.
Right? Okay, because homeboy was really so it was like he's in the military, right?
Hmm.
And I bought him a ring and he would say that it was cuz he wasn't allowed to wear it. But like I bought my girl a ring now and she wears it all the time. And he was like, "Oh, I'm not allowed to wear it because I'm not a chief or whatever." And that shit was always in his drawer. Like he would never wear it. He only wore it when I was around.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
like
see,
that's suspect. And then he
that's
was he
tough.
was cheating on me. So I was like, oh, okay, right, got it.
Okay, how long were you with the guy before you got in the ring?
How long?
Hmm.
Like a year and a half.
Oh my god, you should have fucking skipped on him as soon as he started. As soon as you started seeing that pattern, because if you're with somebody for that fucking long and you're just gonna take him as a joke after a while, then that's just a slap in the
Right.
face. To be
And then
honest,
he wanted to boohoo cry, everything, this and that, like take me back. Homeboy, you cheated on me. Like he
yo, that's how
said,
certain motherfuckers are, yo. When they have something that they have, they're like, all right, cool, I got it. It's in the strap. I don't gotta worry about it. Let me find something new. And then
right.
once they find that something new and it's not as lit as what they had before, or even while they're trying to find something, and they get caught up in the situation, that person leaves them, then it's like all hell breaks loose. You know,
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. People nowadays take other people for granted, and it's just really fucked up to be honest.
I think that's so like it's just like you're right. Like why even do it? Like if you was gonna be with me, just be with me 110%. And another thing, like okay, so another micro cheating thing is like if you're out, say I'm out, I see a girl, say we're not married, say I'm not married, right? So I don't have a ring, I don't have anything. Talking to the girl, but and I'm like clearly flirting with the girl, but I don't not bring my girlfriend up. I say I got a girlfriend. Say I don't necessarily bring her up, but like I avoid bringing her. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't bring her up intentionally,
Here's what I
but
feel.
like if they bring it up, it's like okay, I'll talk about it.
Here's what I feel like. If you are talking to somebody or do something in the slightest way where it makes you feel the slightest bit of guilty, you already fucked up.
What if you're not a guilty person? Because I've heard that shit plenty of times. They're like, "Oh, I'll do things where it's like I won't bring if I have a girlfriend, I won't bring my girlfriend up, but I'm not a guilty person." So like it's just like I'm not and people will say, "Oh, I'm just not bringing my girlfriend up." Like, but you know you're flirting. You know you're flirting. And to I feel like it's I don't know. Like for me, I do not like that. And it's not, and I'm also not the person where I'm just going to be like, hey, I have a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? But
That's true.
I'm going to bring it up in conversation where if I feel like we're flirting, I'm be like, oh yeah, like my girlfriend and we did this the other day. Like smooth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just so you know.
Just smooth. He said just smooth. We
Cause
got sound effects here.
I feel like if I'm out and I'm talking to someone and then I got the vibe that like they're flirting with me, but like I'm just trying to like have a conversation, you know, like I'm not gonna like be quick and be like, "I peace." Like when I'm just gonna make sure you're aware that you know I have a person. And if you take that above that, then that's when I'm gonna step in and be like, hey, look, like, you know, I can't do that. I got a girl, this is something third. But it's like if you get the hint, now you know that I have a girl, and then we just keep smooth talking like we're friends, like then we're good. But I feel like some people will make it a point to not bring their person up. So it's like you just I don't know. I feel like you're completely disacknowledging your person that you're with. And I feel like there are ways that you can introduce that into the conversation where if you know the conversation is leading in a certain manner.
Yes. Yeah, if it's leading into a certain manner, then you can kind of do the whole low key thing of where you're in a relationship and whatnot. I guess you can. Yeah, I mean, then that's fine. But see, if you're taking it the extra mile, then it's always an overstep on it.
Right. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, I really didn't even know I wasn't even flirting with you.
those facts.
So I feel like that. So that's what I was saying. That's another form of like micro cheating where you're not bringing up your person. And then what there was a couple. There was like a BuzzFeed thing about this. And I was like, yo, I was in there. I was like, nah. I was like, I will kill my girl. Cause the other thing was like, how do you feel about so like the whole thing the topic was like cheating is essentially what do you find is cheating? And cheating was what they determined it as like the sexual action. But so
Mm.
like micro cheating, it was one of them is like, okay, if you send somebody nudes.
Oh, phew, I would pop off. Immediately. Immediately.
But like, what if they never had any intention of having sex?
That's still a fucking, that's disrespectful as hell. Like, that's, it's like my baby girl. I don't want her fucking tits having being showed to other dudes while I'm with her. How does that make me look as the man in the relationship? You know what I mean?
Hmm. And I think one of the only other ones that I remember is like if you if you have what was it? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember this off of like memory, and I have shit memory. Um, it was like if you have a guy. So it was like a guy girl relation. It was like a heterosexual relationship. So it was like the girl is having problems with her man's, but her best friend is a man's. And then she's talking to him, but like he clearly knows that they're having issues. So like it's like I think it was kind of like, do you feel like it's okay to talk to someone you know has feelings for you if you're having issues with the person you're with?
Oh, that's so hard because I've been in that situation so many times. So many times I've been in that situation. I've been on actually both ends of the situation. So that's actually very very hard because I've been that guy where it's like I know you're in a relationship. I respect you enough to not do anything, but the minute shit pops off, I'm gonna be the next guy in line. So it's like I can kind of feel that. Like there's been times where I've been the best friend that wishes one day, but will I disrespect the relationship? No. Will I try to make a move on her,
But
knowing
you're
that
like
there's
low key hoping her
I'm
relationship.
not even low key. It's very high key. It's very high
You're
key.
like, hey, mommy, just jump off that dick and come on me.
That's fact. That's fact.
I'm weak. You not
That is
shit.
fact. But see, like I won't do that while they're in the
Right, right.
relationship.
No, I get it.
Even if they're fresh out of the relationship, I won't be like that. But I'll be like, yo, like, you trying to smoke today or some shit? Like,
You trying to
like,
chill real quick.
like, talk to me about your feelings, girl. Talk to me about your feelings. But see, I don't know. I'm just not yet. If it's somebody you want, you're always gonna find a way to get that person, regardless of the situation that they're in.
I think that's facts. I think
Fact.
because I mean it's what you want. So, but like some people like I think that there's a difference between like grimy people and like if you want someone and you're just acknowledging you want them and then you leave it at that, you know. And if something happens and you find your doorway, then that's it.
There are super grimy people, and then there's people that don't even respect it. There are grimy people out there that to a whole fact. Like there was one time, it was like a couple weeks. I was chilling at the bar with one of my friends, just a friend, like nothing else. And motherfucker comes up to her and he goes, "Oh, so this is what you into?" And I was like, "Bro, what?" I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?" First of
Like get
all,
out my
it was yeah, it was some motherfucker that she dubbed earlier, and he's just like, "Oh, this is what you're into," blah blah blah. And I just like we had a little bit of you know conversation, not gonna lie. But like for you to have the balls and the audacity to just come up to me and the girl I'm talking to that you think we're talking, and if you'd be like, "Oh, so this is what you into?"
like
Like
A,
that's
it's none
some
of your business. B,
real
pop off my face.
pop off my face, and that's when it comes to the whole disrespectful thing, and just like not even respecting the whole boundaries.
Right.
And that's that. But honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. That's a real shooter shooting his shot right there. So you gotta respect it.
A real
But
shooter. You gotta respect the game at the end.
like I'm caught off guard because I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna be mad at it, but like, damn, respect it. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
at the end of the day, shoot your shot for whoever you want. That's time personal.
I just feel like in that regard, like I said, there's so many grimy people that it's like some people are just waiting on that. And I for me, I've never been that person. Like I'm not gonna sit here and like wait till you're arguing with your person to be like, oh hey, what's up? Like what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
yo, if you're going through some shit, if you want me to be here, I'm gonna give you advice on like how to actually help you through your relationship if I feel like that's something you should do. And I'm gonna give you sound advice. I'm not gonna be like, nah, don't do this because I wanna holler at you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like For me, I wouldn't
Oh yeah,
want.
no. I'm not that type. I'm not the type of guy where it's like, if I want you, I know you're with the guy that I'm gonna like sabotage you to get out of a relationship to kind of be with me. I'm not gonna do that. No.
Mhm.
That's to the max, and that's just overstepping boundaries too.
So I just went, yeah. So like
Never.
in that aspect, I wouldn't want my
I wouldn't fuck up. I wouldn't fuck up their relationship just for my personal being.
yeah.
You
But
know.
like I'm also the same kind of person where it's like I don't like spilling dirty laundry. So like if I'm having an argument with you, chances are I'm probably not really telling anybody we're in an argument. Like we're gonna hash this shit out, me and you. So I'm not about to sit here and boohoo cry to someone else who might have feelings for me to be like, here's your spot to open up. You know what I'm saying? So like it's just in that same regard, I feel like if those are the boundaries that I have, yes, we might not have the same perspective, but I feel like maybe you shouldn't take our dirty laundry and tell someone if we're having issues for like that, you know? In that way. Like if you got a best friend, this, that, whatever, that you really trust, okay, fine, so be it. But if it's some girl that you think has feelings for you and you want to go hash it out when we're in an argument, it's a no go.
That is a no go, but it's like if you don't have trust in your person to kind of not do anything with that other person that they clearly know has feelings for them, then that's just you overthinking shit, and that's just you just like creating this whole idea and picture in your mind of what's gonna happen, and it actually doesn't even happen.
You're very right.
You know what I mean?
Right. You 100%.
Very
Because trust is a big thing. I talked about trust again. Like trust, I feel like trust always comes up because even on my last podcast, something about trust came up. And I feel like just trust in a relationship is so important because at the end of the day, that's what it all comes down to. Like, how much can you trust me? Do you believe that I'm not doing something? Do you believe I'm going to have the sound decision to make the decision to be like, this is wrong. I can't do that. To know like where you're getting yourself into to be like, nah, you right. I got a girl. Like, I'm gonna check the deuces.
And it's so hard. It's so hard to have that because once something does become fishy, then your mind races like a motherfucker, and you start thinking about this topic and this scenario and that scenario, and then that's when it becomes a whole bundle of things that mess up. But I feel like if you have that trust and there's been no speculations or no even things that have been brought up to kind of have you sway your mind on it, then you should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I've always made it abundantly clear to all my people. Listen, if someone's in my face, I'm gonna let them know. Nah, you good. Like you good.
Nah, fam, you good.
You good. Like best believe Shorty's always in the back of my head. Like you're good. But I think we got some pretty great conversation in here. I think people are gonna be pretty happy. We gotta fix that little end to it a little bit, the little mishap in the middle. Pero
the whole little rant going
right,
on.
where Isaiah was getting into his feels, and so God had to come down and say,
I was,
"Eat."
I was. The whole fucking all of Drake's album was playing that much, and I
Right,
was just
right,
like,
in the background.
nah.
God save you there, my friend. But I want to say muchos thank yous for being on here for me. Gracias to everybody listening. You the real ones, because if you still listening, you real at the end of the day. But until next time, peace out, peaches.
Adios. That was lit. I liked it.